We got in before noon. Chuck, chuck, cheer, cheer. Hey, hey. I've had another wonderful morning and a very busy day following up. But I was speaking with my friend uh, about leadership, and we had quite a wonderful conversation around leadership. And I've learned a lot about it. At one time I never thought about myself as a leader, and people would look at me and say, "Well, Sandra, you just do this stuff. That's what it is. Of course you're a leader." No, no, no. I just want to be told what to do. I want to know what the rules are, and I'll play in those rules. Well, that's a used to be, Sandra. So whenever I think, no, I'm not good at organizing, I'm not good at this, stop it, Sandra. Of course you are, say they. And once I have to get around to accepting that, wow. Well, that doesn't mean I can lead all kinds of things, but it does mean I'm really good at brainstorming. It does mean that people want to be involved. And so if you're being a if you're being asked for your opinion, if you're being asked to help come up with some ideas, if you're being asked anything, somebody is seeing you as a voice to be heard. I don't care what it's about. What do you think we should have for dinner? Oh, I don't know. What time do you think we should go to bed? I don't know. You're not that. You're not that. We all have an opinion, and if we don't, if we're just going to be, I don't know, I don't choose to live my life that way. And I would suggest that anybody that's bothering to listen to these is not living their life that way either. And we do know people who sit around and say, I don't know. I don't know. Why don't you know? I don't care. Aha, now we get, well, why don't you care? And if you were to dig down in, why don't you know and why don't you care? Digging down in would be that total loss of self-esteem, that personal ownership of who we are. That's the crux of it. Somewhere people are living in that lost space. And it's not going to get found unless we choose to stand up for ourselves. So let's just look a little bit at this idea of leadership. It is often misunderstood, overlooked. Overlooking leadership is a really great thing, because we want to say, oh, we're not the leader. No, I'm not leading to that. What is the benefit that we are getting that we say, no, we're not leaders. I'm not a leader. I'm not a leader. Now, what can I do with that? What's the benefit to me for all those years when I said, I'm not a leader? You know what? I could look out and criticize and judge those who were stepping up and doing the leadership and wading in anyhow. I could complain and judge and say, well, I'm not doing that. You're not the leader of me. There's the benefit. I don't have to be responsible. I don't have to put myself out and maybe get judged because, it's scary to put yourself out there because you might get judged. Do you know why you might get judged? Because you're sitting back judging others yourself. You know about it because you do it yourself. So what is the benefit to ourselves for denying leadership, personal leadership? It was interesting. I had an interview with Dr. Haider Shah, and his first semester students were saying, like, when would I become a leader? Do I wait and do that in my last semester? Are the leaders the ones that are just pre-grad? No. Every moment of our life, every moment, we're making a decision, and therefore we are responsible for that decision within ourselves, and that is leadership of ourselves. That's leadership. And so we can deny ourselves and pretend that we're not the leader so that we can sit back and judge and complain, point fingers, and then be afraid to step out and be a leader. Personal responsibility, self-leadership. We can be afraid of that because we know what's on the other side of that. It's us. The ones of us that could sit and point a finger. and judge and criticize. We do that to our government leaders all the time. Yeah, did you go out and vote? Yeah, did you go out and vote, and did you make your voice heard at any point? Are you living your life with your own personal leadership and your own beliefs? Yes, you are. And whatever that life is based in your beliefs underneath. And that's what you're leading yourself with. We really have to dig in and start to learn to lead ourselves. And what we have to learn is all about what's inside. So what could be the benefit if you were to claim leading yourself and taking on some leadership roles and learning to take those darts when people that are like you are right now are throwing the darts, and you'll say, I know what's happening. I used to do that. I know what's happening. I used to do that. I know what's happening because I used to do that. And you can stop. And when you stop, that becomes the time that you start to take responsibility for your own leadership in your own life, responsibility for what comes out of here, what's going on in here. Lots of lecture today, huh? I hope it's not a lecture. It's just sharing my own journey over the decades. And I've got a few decades under my belt. Take some time and write to yourself about each of these questions that I've got in the write-up. And just consider how beautiful it would be to just simply show up in your life and be personally responsible for your own life and your own choices, and do it with confidence and clarity. That's the stuff that we work with. Finding our voice, speaking our truth, reviewing our truth, finding our voice, speaking our truth, reviewing our truth, you see. You know how to get in touch with me. It's right there on the screen, link.sandravox.ca, and it's Coach Sandra, compassionate queen of straight talk. You can do it. I can help. Please gift yourself, comment, get involved, but choose leadership, self-direction, self-leadership. Have a great day. Happy reflecting while I find my Bible.